Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Three topics for this video, and the last topic, for me at least, is the most revealing, important, and baboonish, and that is Ukraine becomes the world's biggest arms importer. Now, if you say, it goes without saying, I mean, it's a war over there. Why not Russia? And I will explain. Remember, in order to become the world's biggest arms importer, you have to have money to pay for the weapons, right? I will show you how the racket is. So let's go and start with the first topic, which is Ukraine to propose the United States of America a partial ceasefire at meeting with US in Saudi Arabia on Wednesday. What does it mean, a partial? So it's like, baby, let's have a partial sex. What does it mean? You're going to go a little bit, or what's going on here? That is the first baboonish topic. The other one, Ukraine hasn't shown it wants peace, according to Trump. But they got they became the biggest arms importer. Yeah, because the war in Ukraine was about values and love and democracy and freedom. Okay, let's start with the first topic. Ukrainska Pravda from Monday, March 10th, 2025. Ukraine to propose partial ceasefire at meeting with US in Saudi Arabia. Now, I haven't seen this guy, look like an intellectual that he is. I haven't seen this guy moving in a long time. Last time when I saw him was in the White House. And all that thing, oh my God. And I saw some other videos with him now, looking at him after that. I saw videos of him before that, before he became the leading of the global, beautiful, and democracy and freedom and all that, the defender. And he is not all that. So what do you think changed? Some white powder? All right, let's move on. So here you have this baboon, and Ukraine will try to convince the United States to resume intelligence and military support, and would also seek to prove that Ukrainian, because he's Ukrainian, President Volodymyr Zelensky is committed to a swift end to the war with Russia at the talks in Saudi Arabia. All right, so this is how you do with children. You give them short distances. So let's say you have to go from point A with point B. You have to walk with the child. You're not going to tell him, boy, we're going to go 2 hours walk from point A to point B. He's going to be like, all right, exactly like that. So you tell him, we're going to go from point A to point A prime, second, third, and so on. So you give him a little bit. Okay, let's go. And then you're going to get an ice cream after that. Promise. Cross my heart. Hope you die. So anyway, so you go the first one, and the kid, if he remembers, we are at the point A now, A prime. What are we doing? And then you show another little distance, until hopefully after about 15 little distances, you get to the point A to point B. Zelensky does the same thing. Right now he says to the children, to us, and says, and supposedly to Trump, I'm gonna, you give me back the weapons and everything, intelligence, and I will have a partial ceasefire. Then I will change in time, my friends. So this is what he proposed, right? Financial Times sources speaking about the preparations for the talks in Saudi Arabia said that Kiev wants to propose a partial ceasefire, including long-range strikes on Russia and military operations in the Black Sea. Wow. In this way, Ukraine hopes that progress in the talks will prompt Washington to reverse the decision to pause intelligence sharing and weapon supplies. A Ukrainian official said that Kiev will prioritize building ties with the US in the short term. Short term? Mini from A to A prime, right? That's the first one. Second one. According to Russia Today, Ukraine hasn't shown it wants peace. Trump, clear. He's not a baboon. He's not a child. The US president has said he is waiting for a commitment to ceasefire negotiations. Hey, did you hear what he said right here? It's going to be a partial, because he's in the business. He negotiates. You have nothing, man. You have nothing. Ukraine has not demonstrated that it wants peace with Russia. U.S. President Donald Trump has said ahead of American-Ukrainian talks in Saudi Arabia. On Sunday, a reporter asked Trump aboard Air Force One if he would resume military aid to Ukraine if it signed a partnership with the U.S. on the development of its critical mineral deposits. And I'm quoting Trump. I think they will sign the minerals deal. So that means it's not up to them. They will do it. We know that. But I want them to want peace. So he wants more. Right now, they haven't shown it to the extent that they should. But I think they will be. I think it's going to be evident over the next 2 or 3 days. I think eventually we'll have peace, the president added. What do you think about that one? Trump has the cards. Zelensky has no cards. Anyway, he never had the cards. He was just a puppet of London. All right, and that gets me to the last article, topic, coming from Ukraine Forum. Ukraine becomes the world's biggest arms importer. Ukraine became the world's largest importer of major arms during the 2020-2024 period. Why 2020? Why 2020? I think the Russians invaded unprovoked in 2022. Which with its import increasing nearly 100 times compared with 2015-2019. That means the weapons coming in were 100 times more than before, while Russia's exports fell by 64%. Ukraine received 8.8% of global arms imports in 2020-2024. 8%. Most of the major arms supplied to Ukraine came from the United States of America, 45%, Germany 12%, Poland 11%. At least 35 states sent weapons to Ukraine. These are the vassal states, right there. So here you have these guys, remember. So the imports increased 100 times. That means the GDP increased 100 times. I have here 4 articles, 4 statistics, 4 graphs for you, coming from 4 different sources. One is Statista, and Statista makes statistics, obviously, and the other one from the World Bank and all that. To show you, I mean, let's put it in plain words. If I all of a sudden live a good life, that means I must be producing something. If I have a good house, big house, I have everything I want, and I got whatever cars I want, that means I make money somewhere. All these products coming in, it means that I'm able to pay for somehow, and if I don't, that means I get loans. But when you get a loan, they look at your income. So that means you have to prove. Let's say you have a house. That's it, all you have, a shitty house, right? But doesn't produce, it's a shitty house, okay? And you don't have any money, your income is low. The banks will not give you 100 times increased in imports. Who's going to give you the money? Nobody will give you the money if you go over there and say, you know what, I'm unreliable, first, Ukraine. Secondly, the GDP is about $5,000 a year per capita. You know what it is? If you take the products and the services and you divide it by the population, you get to $5,000 a year. That's how much a Ukrainian has as a value. How do you think someone is going to give you money? How the banks are going to get the money back? But hey, you already have an increase of 100 times. So that means you got the money. Who's paying for that? I will show you. Remember, when you do this, you have to pay it back. And the guys who invest, supposedly, they have to take their money back. They're not helping you. So how are they going to help Ukraine in the future? So someone is losing money, isn't it? No, they're not losing money. They're making money. The arms manufacturing companies are not losing money. And the banks, I will explain how the racket works in a minute. I'm just going to show you a broke country is able to be the biggest importer of weapons. How are they paying? With your money and with the bank's money. And you're paying for those banks. You are paying, and arms manufacturing companies are doing just fine. You guarantee the money supply and the weapons to Ukraine. But Ukraine GDP, let me show you. Let's start with Statista. And you have to know how to read statistics because they will fool you. See here? Ukraine gross domestic product per capita from 2004 to 2029. So that's a prediction, how do you call it? Projection. So here it is. You see it here. This is 2022. They got 4,600 per capita. Then in 2023, 5,200. And then you got, supposedly in 2024, which is 5,500. It's growing. It's growing. The Ukrainians are producing what? Weapons. And on top of that, how do you divide it? Per capita. So the Ukrainian population from this right now is this. So let's say you have $5 to 5 people. It's $1 a person. Now you have, let's say, $4 to 2 people. You say, huh? Per capita increased, doubled. Why? Because the people are gone. They're refugees. About 8 million. So it's a scheme. Now let me show you something else that you have to look for. You see here, I was thinking, look at this graph, man. And you look at 2029. I say, oh my God, that's a projection right there. 7,000. How come? 6,000. And then I looked and I said, wait a second. You see that asterisk over there? And on top of the 2026, all right? You see that in 2025, 2024, the asterisk, 2023, 2022, you see that asterisk and you say, what is that? What could that be? And then you got 2020, no asterisk, and see, 2021 asterisk. So I said, okay, where is that? And what does it mean? Right here, and you read it. Always read these things. Estimates. So all those things where they show you they are exploding in the sky, like Born to be Wild, yeah, shot all your guns at once and so on. So this is estimates. So from 2021 up, 2020 is the first one. It's the real numbers right here, which is 3,700. All that is estimated by the Statista. Oh, no worries. We're going to go to the trading economics and you find out at the beginning, the gross domestic product per capita in Ukraine was last recorded $2,159.95 US dollars in 2023. The GDP per capita in Ukraine is equivalent to 17% of the world's average. That is 17% of the average is very low. In Ukraine, average from 87 to 2023, it was 2,100 or 2,200, and an all-time high 3,300 in 1989. When it fell, it was better than capitalism. So what do we have here? This next one. This comes from Statistics Times, and with Statistics Times, you go here and again. You see this? Again, we go to 2019, 2020. They all stopped in 2023. The next statistics, or everything that I'm going to show you, the graphs, they stop at 2023. That's a reason why. So it's 5,100. Next one. This is from the World Bank Group. What's that? 2023, 5,069. So a country with a GDP of, let's give it to it, $5,000 per capita, per person. Remember, 8 million are out. So about maybe a quarter of the population is out. Because Ukraine's population was about, what, 42 million at one point. I know it was 50, blah, blah, blah. So 42. Now you got Donbass out, you got Crimea out. So how big are you? Maybe 20, 25 million. So from 42, now you're 25. Nevertheless. So how in the hell these guys are capable to buy weapons? What is the standard of living then to the workers, to the Ukrainians? So they're going to eat weapons, bullets? Or no, it's okay because they're going to have them go over there and use the bullets. So again, the world's biggest importer. With whose money? You figured it out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.